Hello everyone, and thank you very much for joining me for this morning's video. We're going to be looking at the DAX. It's actually opened positively despite the Iranian attacks on Israel over the weekend. We'll just take a look at the charts in a few moments, but before we do that, let's just go through our disclaimers just by way of introduction. My name is Russell Shaw, I'm a senior market specialist at FXCM, and here we go with the first slide. This is our high risk investment warning. I'll keep this on screen for a few moments. All right, and here's our market commentaries disclaimer. Okay, excellent. Let's just take a look at the DAX daily chart. We've got Bollinger Bands, and we've divided the channels. We've divided the Bollinger Band so that there's three zones or channels. We actually are in the weak channel. We between the lower blue and the lower red. This is called zone 3. The longer we stay in zone 3, the greater the probability of lower prices. But what we can see is that there is a strong blue candle to start off the week. Now, just to show you how the zones work, when we are in zone 1, you can see that we generally have a strong trend. So the fact that we are in zone 3 now is something that we must consider. Just one indicator we can look at is the RSI, and what we can do, just see if it breaks above this downsloping green trend line. That would suggest that there is some strength coming to it. It's not a primary signal, it's more secondary signal, but I do like to just see how the RSI is behaving. And if we break above this downward sloping green trend line, then of course if we get above 50, then we're on the positive side of the RSI, and then we have an underlying positive momentum. Let's just take a look at the hourly chart. Okay, so the hourly chart has crossed positively. So you can see we've got a positive trigger over there in terms of the moving averages, the green exponential moving average. That's the 5 hours crossed above the orange 10-hour exponential moving average. You've also got the stochastic, which has crossed positively. And if the stochastic makes its way into the upper quartile regions and holds, then we potentially got a swing on there. Just something to point out again, it's secondary. The RSI is on the positive side of 50. So as long as we hold on the positive side of 50, then there is a likelihood or a probability that the stochastic makes its way through to the upper quartile. And if it gets to that upper quartile and holds, then we can potentially have a swing. And it's quite strange, one would think, just given the geopolitical risk premium that's coming to the market. So just something to keep an eye on is we are showing lower peaks followed by lower troughs here. So what we need to do, if there's going to be positive movement on the DAX, we'll need to break that pattern. So let's just make this red. Okay, so we'd have to get, instead of a lower peak followed by lower trough, we'd need to get higher trough followed by higher peak. So we'd need to break this downward trend on the hourly. If we do break the downward trend on the hourly, then just going back to the daily chart, then we probably move out of zone 3, go into zone 2. Zone 2 is what we call the neutral zone, but on a relative basis, a movement from zone 3 into zone 2 is regarded as relative strength. So we'll just keep an eye on that and see if that geopolitical risk premium builds into the market, or if the market's able to put that behind it and move higher, almost as if it's suggesting that there's It's not expected an overt response by Israel. Okay, thanks very much for tuning in, and we'll put out a few more videos a bit later in the day. Thanks very much, guys.